Investigators are again reviewing the evidence in the death of JonBenet Ramey. This morning, the new developments on the decades-old case. DPD is looking at changing how officers are disciplined, and for the first time, the people of Denver get to weigh in. And the numbers are in. More on this historically high Powerball jackpot drawing and who won. Good morning, a very happy Sunday to you. Taking a live look outside right now over downtown Denver from Coors Field. It is going to be a beautiful Sunday. That forecast is really shaping up. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Lauren Scafidi. Let's send things on over to Weather Impact Team meteorologist Jaden Knowles. Jaden, we're a lot warmer at this time today than we were yesterday.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it was very chilly yesterday morning around this time. Some places saw the freezing temperatures, and even out towards the eastern plains, the upper 30s yesterday. This morning, much warmer. Good morning to everyone, and thank you so much for joining again. So far, looking outside in Kim, and you can see the mostly cloudy conditions there. Those clouds should start to taper off here in the next couple of hours and push out towards the east. We'll see some more sunshine this morning. Here's the current temperatures. Once again, a big difference. The low 60s across the region and really across the state, even warmer towards the high country. Leadville, yesterday morning around this time, you saw a temperature of 31 degrees. Your current temperature, 45, the upper 50s for the eastern plains. Here's that 24-hour temperature change. I mean, it's a big difference. 14 degrees warmer here in Denver since yesterday morning. Overall, though, we are tracking some isolated showers. This has been the main story all this morning. Very light in nature, nothing to disrupt your morning commute, although we are tracking that dense fog towards the eastern plains, specifically near Lyman. You're seeing the isolated showers currently. But here's what's in the forecast for this afternoon. 83 degrees as the high, so a little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday, although we will be tracking some isolated shower chances. And I'll tell you the timing and the impacts and who will see the rain in my full forecast. Lauren?
Jaden, thank you so much. Firefighters in northwestern Colorado are making some good progress on the Derby fire, and the rain this weekend should help firefighters get a better handle on it. As of this morning, it is 62% contained. Lightning started the fire north of Dotsero on August 16th. It has burned more than 5,400 acres in Eagle and Garfield counties. The fire has not grown much over the past few days. A brush fire on Thursday forced evacuations in Arvada's Leiden Rock community, and it is reigniting long-standing concerns about how residents would escape during a major fire. On Saturday, about 40 neighbors joined city officials in Arvada Fire for a 7-hour emergency management workshop. It was planned months in advance, but it took on new urgency by the fire. Fire officials educated the community about emergency preparedness, saying only 17% of the Leiden Rock community is signed up for the city's emergency notification system. That's called Lookout Alert. Neighbors stressed the need for more evacuation routes and called for infrastructure changes.
Hopefully with the city and working all together, we can figure out escape routes and egress from emergencies such as the fire on Thursday.
Residents say this would be the first of many conversations. They describe the workshop as a first step toward longer-term solutions. Well, it has certainly been a busy weekend for Denver first responders. Police are investigating a series of unrelated crimes that left several people dead. Let's start in the Central Park neighborhood. A boy was shot and killed early Saturday morning. DPD posted about it just after midnight, saying it happened on North Syracuse Street, close to Quebec and East 38th. Police say someone shot the boy in a parking lot as there was a house party going on. They have not made any arrests. Moving on to Southwest Denver, a suspected murder-suicide is under investigation. Before midnight Saturday night, officers found 2 people shot at a home on South Fenton Street. That's off of West Yale. Of course, both people died. Police have not yet released their names or how they may have known each other. And police are also working to find the driver who hit and killed a person in downtown Denver. It happened early yesterday morning at West 14th Avenue and North Lipen Street. Investigators originally thought this was a shooting, but they later clarified it was a person hit by a car. They have not made any arrests. Fire officials say Chevron is working to cap an abandoned gas well that started leaking in Weld County. It might take a couple days. Front Range Fire Rescue says the well, owned by Chevron, started spewing water and hydrocarbons yesterday. It happened near Weld County Road 378, just east of Two Rivers Parkway. So the issue here is not the water, it's the hydrocarbons. They're made up of hydrogen and carbon, and they're the basis of many fuels. So when we breathe them in, they can create serious health problems like kidney failure, maybe even death. No one is under investigation, no one is under evacuation orders, and no one has been hurt. But there are several road closures. Those are expected to last through the rest of the weekend. There are some new developments in one of Colorado's most notorious cold cases. Dozens of items collected in the JonBenet Ramey case are being tested for DNA. It's a part of a renewed effort to find the 6-year-old's killer. JonBenet's family told all of this to our reporting partners at the Denver Gazette. It's been nearly 3 decades since the child was strangled to death inside her home in Boulder. The girl's family didn't say exactly what's being retested, only that it is happening at the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. The Denver Gazette reports that JonBenet's family met with Boulder Police Chief Stephen Redfern on Thursday for an update to the case. This was the second time in the past 8 months that Boulder police have talked about the case with Ramsey's family. For the first time, Denver's police chief answered some questions from the public about a controversial proposal to change how officers are disciplined. That plan would prioritize education over punishment for officers who just commit minor violations. Members of the public have questions about how it'll work and if it will work. Here's 9 News reporter Evan Krugel.
The goal is to go right to your questions.
The best public meetings begin with questions and end with solutions.
The goal is to get an understanding of what it is you want to know.
At Brother Jeff's Cultural Center on Saturday, there were plenty of questions.
Every time we hear this, it's something different.
As Denver Police Chief Ron Thomas sat down with the public for the first time to discuss his proposal for education-based development.
Is the system broken? Where? How? Why is it broken?
I will not go so far as to say the system is broken, but certainly the system has challenges, and the greatest challenge, I think, is the length of time that it takes to resolve a case.
The plan would allow officers who commit minor infractions to receive training to correct their behavior instead of things like write-ups or suspensions. The chief says it'll move complaints through the system faster and help officers learn.
At the end of the day, I think that is what our goal is to better develop officers who make mistakes.
But critics worry it will reduce accountability.
I am not opposed to more training. I don't believe anyone is opposed to more training. It is a completely different thing when you're saying that there will be no accountability.
Chief Thomas took questions for nearly 2 hours, but despite offering plenty of answers, the questions still remain.
Does that satisfy your question?
No, but I'll accept it.
Thank you.
That was Evan Krugel reporting. A public comment period is open through September 30th. The most serious violations would not be eligible for this education-based development. Those officers would still receive the traditional punishment. The streak of 42 consecutive drawings without a Powerball jackpot winner has ended. There was not one, but 2 big winners of the historically high jackpot. The winning numbers were, get ready if you haven't checked your tickets already, 11, 23, 44, 61, 62, with a red Powerball of 17 and a Power Play multiplier of 2. The winning tickets were bought in Fredericksburg, Texas, and in Missouri, though we don't know what city there. Before taxes, each winning ticket holder can choose $893.5 million spread out over 30 years, or that lump sum payment of $410.3 million. Both pretty good options if you ask me. Now the jackpot resets at $20 million for tomorrow night's drawing. And new this morning, we reached out to the Colorado Lottery and we learned that 7 people had winning tickets between $50,000 and $1 million here. You can see all of them on your screen right now. Oh my goodness. So if you got a ticket for last night's drawing, be sure to just check your numbers. It might not be that big old jackpot, but you could have still won.